Windows security. If you're competing in CyberPatriot or you just want to know how a real defender locks down a Windows machine, this is the whole picture. CyberPatriot is a national youth cyber defense competition where your team gets a Windows machine that's been deliberately broken with weak passwords, rogue accounts, dangerous services switched on, and your job is to find these problems and fix them. But here's what makes it interesting. A scoring engine is watching. The moment you fix something that's required, points will appear on your screen. But you only have 4 hours to do so, so your speed counts, and the goal is to harden your machine without breaking it. Before you touch a single setting, you have to read the README. Every image comes with one, and it's basically the answer key. It contains your admin credentials, which users are authorized, and who's allowed to be an administrator. It also has which services have to keep running, and there's also forensic questions which are worth points on their own. The number one rookie mistake is skipping it. You disable a service the README told you to keep, and that makes you lose points you've already had. Now the tools. Windows scatters its settings across 3 layers, but the real work happens in the management consoles, and the fast way there is the run box. And you would do that by typing Windows key plus R. And through the run box, you can go to lusr.msc, which is the users and groups. You can type secpol.msc, which brings you to the security policy. There's services.msc, eventvwr, and the group policy, which is gpedit.msc. The main ones that you want to memorize are secpol.msc and lusr.msc. The user accounts is the fastest way to gain points. Every account has to be on the authorized list, and if it isn't, then you have to disable it. If someone is an administrator, but they shouldn't be, then move them back to a standard user. If you see a guest account, you need to disable that and rename the built-in administrator because attackers already know what it's called. And one warning is to never delete your own account. People do this every year and they lock themselves out and the round is over. Check 2. The password and lockout policy. In secpol.msc, under account policies, the minimum password length should be 10 to 14 characters. The password complexity should be enabled. The minimum password age should be 60 days. And the enforced password history should have 24 remembered passwords. The lockout threshold should have 5 invalid attempts, and the lockout duration should be 30 minutes. Why does lockout matter though? It's what stops a brute force attack. A threshold of 0 means unlimited guesses at your password, and that's just an open door for you to get hacked. Checks 3 and 4 are firewall and services. The firewall has 3 profiles: domain, private, and public, and all 3 need to be on. Same with Defender's real-time protection, and never disable Defender because something isn't working. That's not a fix, that's just a point loss. Then the other direction. Every running service is a door. Telnet sends passwords in plain text. Remote registry lets someone edit the registry across the network. FTP and SNMP are usually insecure. Remote desktop stays off unless the README says otherwise. Check 5 is logs. The logs tell you what already happened, but there's a catch. The logs only record what you've told Windows to audit. So first, in secpol.msc under audit policy, you need to enable success and failure for logons and account management. Then open the event viewer. A few IDs are worth knowing by heart, and that's 4624, which shows you a successful login, 4625, which shows you a failed login, and a burst of 4625 means that someone was doing a brute force attack. 4720 means a user account was created. 4732 means someone was added to a security group. And 4672 means that admin privileges were assigned. Filter by ID, and those forensic questions will answer themselves. The last two checks are file permissions and group policy. Every user gets what they need and nothing more. So strip broad groups like everyone off sensitive folders, but be careful to never remove system or administrators from core Windows folders, or you'll just break the machine. Then group policy locks it in. Disable autoplay and you block the classic malicious USB attack. Restrict remote desktop and stop showing the last signed in user. And then in your command prompt, you want to do gp update /force to apply it. This is your checklist for the first hour of your competition. So you would read the README, fix the accounts, set password and lockout policy, firewall and defender on, disable dangerous services, enable auditing, read the logs, then permissions and group policy. Top to bottom, points come fastest from the top 3. If you screenshot this will be your checklist.